What's the reason why women prefer bad boys over nice guys? What's the main reason?
If you're overly nice, I think that's concerning. I think
there has to be a good balance, because nobody's that perfect. So maybe the chase too. Like, say they are talking to another girl and you kind of want to prove your point and stand your ground, show who you are, no, I'm gonna get this. Like a challenge.
Yeah.
Men aren't suddenly becoming harder to find. They're becoming harder to reach. Years of rejection, ridicule, and one-sided expectations have changed the risk-reward calculation. So the real question is, what happens when good men stop waiting for women who only recognize their value after the window has already closed?
I hate to tell you ladies, but men are done with being nice guys. I love a nice guy, but you know the expression nice guys finish last? That is the truth nowadays. Nice guys do finish last, which is why most men are done with being a nice guy, and they are like, you know what, if the women are going to be toxic, I'm going to be toxic too. I can be just as horrible as you. And women, you're going to hate it. You might thrive on the drama now you're young, but as you get older and you want a nice guy, you want to settle down with a nice guy, you'll find there are no nice guys left. Or the very few nice guys that are left have been snapped up by the nice girls, and you, with all your love of drama and your toxicity and your fucking me, are going to end up alone being eaten by cats like Bridget Jones. That is what's going to happen. Well, obviously that wasn't the ending for Bridget Jones, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I think now is the time when women need to understand that nice guys are good and that you need to start dating the nice guys before they've all disappeared. So men, let me know in the comments, are you done with being a nice guy? Have you always been a nice guy, but now you're like, do you know what, I'm not doing it anymore? Or are you a nice guy through and through and you'll never change? I know there are a lot of nice guys still left out there, and I just feel like a lot of them just can't be bothered to be nice anymore, especially to the modern women. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'm off on a little mini break thing this weekend. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going, it's a secret, but when I get back, I will share all the lovely footage with you. So have a great day.
There's this huge problem that I've been noticing in the dating world. The good, respectful men, the men with boundaries, will not approach women because they're trying to respect their boundaries. And it is true that biologically speaking, women are far more attuned to subtleties, like body language subtleties, than men. So a lot of times, women will actually be giving off clues and cues that they want to be approached, but it's more of they're trying to give off a vibe or something, and the man has no idea. What ends up happening is that it's the men with no boundaries, or that don't respect boundaries, or the narcissists or the creeps, that end up approaching the woman, and then the women in my life complain that it's only the creeps that approach them, when it's really, we women need to be giving off way more intense.
The risk-reward calculation for good men in modern dating keeps producing the same answer. The downside is documented, legal, financial, and reputational. The upside is conditional, temporary, and becoming increasingly rare. Staying single isn't giving up. It's the rational conclusion reached through an honest assessment.
And I've been crying all day because I got sat on a plane next to a couple, and the whole time the guy had his hand on his girlfriend's leg, and it was just kind of that the whole time. And I can't, I've been single my whole life. I'm 25, and I've never gotten to experience that.
What are you waiting for?
I've never gotten close to that.
Damn.
And it's just too much. It's too much. I can't do it anymore. There are some people out there who they're not interested in a relationship and they want to be by themselves. But that's not me, and that's never been me. I have always wanted to be in a relationship, even though I've never been in one. And even though I'm comfortable by myself and I can do things alone, but at a certain point, it gets really sad doing things alone. I've traveled alone to so many places because if I don't go by myself, I'm not gonna go. If I don't do things by myself, it's not gonna happen. But at the same time, it's so much fun to be able to share that with someone else. And everyone I know is in a relationship right now, and the majority of them have been in relationships for a long time. This is established, and I just I feel I've always been alone, and I don't want to be, and I don't understand why this is happening to me. And I don't know, I like can't take it anymore. And clearly this didn't work because I'm still crying and I just wasted like 2 minutes of your time, and I'm sorry. And I hope you're having a better weekend than I am.
The friend zone once held men who were present, consistent, and genuinely interested, yet were repeatedly passed over for more exciting options. Those men eventually stopped waiting, built themselves up, and chose differently elsewhere. The window to say yes quietly closed while she was focused on other things.
All right, this is for my girls. One, be nice. Be nice to men. Because I've had a restored faith in men that are like actually having the guts to just like come up to women. And if you're mean to them, you're gonna scare them. So don't do that. But I do have a restored faith in men. And I think part of it comes from women being nice, women being open to like just like one, look up from your phone. If you're going for a walk, look up from your phone. Don't have RBF. Actually, that's probably okay. But just like inviting, like smile at somebody if they walk past. Like don't be freaking creepy, but like smile at them. The amount of people I've met on my walks is insane. Literally a guy just walked past. I walked past him. He then like turned around and he was like, hey, excuse me. And then like asked me about restaurant options around the neighborhood. I'm just like, you can meet people if you're willing to just look up from your phone, give a smile, make eye contact. Like we don't have to look like we don't want to talk to humans. We can look like we want to talk to humans, but like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of girls are like, guys just don't, and I'm like, they will if you're nice. Stop being pissy when they walk up. Stop being annoyed. Stop assuming the worst in every man. Like, don't get off on freaking rejecting them. Be nice. You can say, no, I'm good, thank you. But be nice if you're gonna do it. But like, just look up. Smile. But don't be like annoyed that people, like guys aren't approaching you if you're not being approachable, you know? Anyway, I literally just met a new person while walking. The amount of people, like literally all my friends lately have been because I'm like walking. That's how I meet them. Because I smile, I don't look at my phone the whole time. It's not that hard. Anyway, just my 2 cents. Be nice. Be nice. Women, be nice to men because we don't need to scare them off. They're finally getting the guts to talk to people again. Let's not scare them off by rejecting every single one of them and like embarrassing them in the process. Be nice.
The damage built up one public rejection and one viral mockery video at a time. Men changed their behavior to reflect the consequences they saw from approaching. Whatever women do now happens on a landscape already shaped by years of that feedback. That caution can't simply be reversed on demand.
Where are all the good men? They're pretty much hiding out until they find the same thing that they will provide. It's basically for their weaknesses and insecurities to be known but not taken for granted. Which I know sounds like a bare minimum kind of thing. But the truth is that sort of thing is expected of men, but somehow it is not expected for men. And that's why good men are still out there. They just don't want to be found by the wrong person.
Society only chooses to focus on toxic masculinity. I'm here to provide you with my list of the top toxic femininity traits. Utter disdain for men. These are the women that categorize all men with the stereotypical toxic masculinity traits. Just because someone has a Y chromosome does not mean that their only intention is to sleep with you, cheat on you, or traumatize you with their uncontrollable aggression and anti-feminist behavior. Always trying to outman men. Same women who want to be equal to men also pray for the downfall of men. Amazing how that works. Ladies, if you spend your entire life trying to prove to men that you can be better than them, you'll attract none of them.
Leave us alone.
And when they finally do, what then will one have to complain about?
Where are all the good men? Here's the thing. I just want to let you know as an update, the good men are everywhere. They are everywhere, sis. The problem is you either have disqualified them.
A lot of times men date us and they're actually disappointed. When you're wondering like, oh, well, why did he pursue me? Why did he want to be with me? And then now all of a sudden he pulling back and he want me to chase him. He got to fucking know you and he's disappointed. Let me tell you this. This is my shit, so I can say, I done disappointed a couple niggas. I know that there are men out here that was just like admire me from afar and it was like, surprise, I'm a hoe. Like, surprise. Look, I fucked you in a week. Like, I know that I disappointed you. Like, I think that men They see you from afar and they're like, wow, she's out here doing her thing. She's a boss, whatever. And then they get you and they see you off that Casamigos. You drunk as a fucking fish. Your diet don't consist of nothing. You listen to trap music every time you wake up. You have no morning routine. You have no core values. And they date you and they like, damn, like I thought it was something else. It's actually disappointing.
When interest disappears without explanation, it's called ghosting. But the reason behind that withdrawal is often ignored, replaced instead by blame and accusations. The accountability step between those two positions is the one that never happens, and that repeated absence is exactly why the ghosting continues.
Where are we finding them? Someone tell me where I can find a decent, loyal, funny, good-looking guy around here?
I'm convinced that it ain't no motherfucking men out here anymore. It's just with balls.
Where have all the good men gone?
Where are all the men? Where can I find a good man? Where can I find a man? Where are all the men?
Where are the men at? Where are the men that are gonna open the car door? Where are the men at that are going to provide and protect? Like, women have ruined this for us. Where do I find y'all?
Do you ever think that they might be sick and tired of having half their stuff taken from them if you're not happy? Did you ever think that they don't like being accused of being abusive because, I don't know, they said, I don't like this, or you shouldn't do that, or maybe they got angry?
Where are all the good men that still respect women to understand that they don't deserve to be played with, lied to, and manipulated?
All the good men got played, so now all they do is just work, scroll TikTok, chill, and ignore people.
I'm genuinely curious why y'all are saying no to marriage. Like, I just want to know.
The good men are the ones that have put in so much effort and had women trash them for putting in the effort. They've had women take advantage of them because they want to be a gentleman, they want to open the doors, they want to pay for your dinner, and you just expect that that is supposed to happen. The idea that you should have multiple men pandering after you just to see which one is the best is atrocious.
I can't believe that I'm 28 years old and I have nothing to show for it. Nothing. What the fuck have I done? My entire life. What have I done?
Where are you guys meeting these cute men? Because we go out to the bars every weekend. Every weekend. And we only see cute guys in the run clubs, at bagel shops, like fucking at the grocery store. I'm not gonna talk to you at the grocery store. The bar is the best place. Literally. And they don't go out.
No, because they have an issue with it. And I don't know
why.
Because they say, they're not worthy. The girls there are low value.
Well, you're never gonna find anyone then.
Can y'all please start from here? Because, like, you're not, I know you guys aren't going to approach us at the grocery store or at the frickin' run club. So, like.
No, because you're sober. Why would I talk to you if
It's also, like, 6 in the morning.
God.
Like, be so fucking real.
So you know where the good men are to be found, yet you don't want to go to the places where you can find them. So clearly you don't really want a good guy at all.
The men who were mocked for not earning 6 figures still remember exactly who laughed. Now they're doing well, and the choices they make reflect a clear memory of who stood beside them when the outcome was uncertain. Younger, warmer, and less complicated often win the comparison without even trying very hard.
Leave these bad boys alone. You don't want them. They might be fun when you're young. They don't work. They want to party all the time. They want to do drugs. They want to smoke. They want to hustle. Leave them alone. This is the year to get a corny man, okay? We're moving on. That's the new groove. If you corny, you are for me. Russell Wilson. Think like that. You want a man that want to go to school, want to study, want to have a steady job. Because let me tell you something, okay? You're going to look up in that corny dude who was working a 9 to 5, going to school and all that stuff. You're going to look up and 10 years later, he going to own the store. He going to own the McDonald's. He going to have his doctor's degree. He going to have whatever else. And you done passed up on him when you was young and fine and kidless, playing with the hustlers, okay? And he going to be married to somebody else looking at you crazy like, no, he don't want you. Ladies, It's time to play the long, smart game. Get somebody with potential who likes you. He may be corny. He may not have it all. But guess what? Y'all can grow together. And you'll be looking back and you'll thank me later. Okay? This is the year to get a corny man.
I'm 53. And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here, and it has been several years. I think it was over a year I had a date, and then it's been several years since then. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person? I'm tired.
The good men were chosen early by women who recognized their value before everyone else saw it. What remains of the market is now competing for options after the strongest choices were already taken. That's not a conspiracy. It's simply the result of timing and sequencing.
I need a husband. I need a husband. I'm tired of singleness. I'm 39 years old. Very soon I'll enter menopause, please. I need a husband in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please. I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. I'm getting old, please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. I'm tired of singleness, please. I don't want to buy myself. I no longer sleep. All my mates are married with kids, but nobody wants to marry me. Nigerians, please, I'm calling everybody out. Please come and marry me. If you have a brother that needs a wife, please let me know. I don't care about what you are doing. I don't care, even if you don't have a job, I'm going to sponsor it. I need a man in my life, please. I'm 39 years old. Look at me.
The desperation visible now is the same energy that could have secured the right outcome with the right person 10 years earlier. Time doesn't stop while priorities are being sorted and renegotiated. That same effort applied earlier could have produced a completely different result. Nobody promised her the window would stay open forever.
Why modern women are often intimidated by this type of guy. And your girl got the answers for you. Let's get into it. Number one, this type of guy stays true to himself. He doesn't care about social norms or expectations of his behavior. He gonna do what he need to do for himself. This type of guy is not easily influenced, meaning you can't shame him into doing what you want him to do. This type of guy is unconcerned with social acceptance. He's independent, extremely self-aware. Number four, this type of guy is not afraid to speak his mind. He gonna say what he need to say regardless. Can like it, love it, hate it, he don't care. This type of guy is not afraid of rejection. No means next opportunity. You don't know what to expect with this type of guy. He's unpredictable. He don't trust many people. So he's very private. And so therefore you have no idea what's going on in his mind. And a lot of women don't like that.
We don't want to date someone who's over the age of like 30, 31, 32. Because one, they have all of this extra life baggage. Like, why have you matured now? What took you so long in your life to be like, okay, now I'm going to start considering marriage specifically? Two, I'm wondering, am I going to be able to actually have a family with you? I know women have a clock and it's ticking. I want to have a bunch of kids. I want to have a large family. That's really important to me. I don't want to spend the first 5 to 10 years of my marriage deprogramming all of that emotional baggage, all of that trauma, all of that whatever. I don't want to have to spend all that time doing that at the same time as trying to raise a family, maybe having your emotional trauma baggage poured into the kids, into those impressionable minds. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I understand why a man any age, whether that's 49, whether that's 20, would want to date a woman who's a little younger. It makes sense.
2 decades of independence, living unbothered, and following your truth is a valid choice with valid consequences. Loneliness can be one of them. Expecting men who were never invested to suddenly become emotional support isn't an option the market guarantees. The baggage built over those decades doesn't vanish when priorities shift. It arrives immediately and gets judged accordingly.
Again, this is going to be uncomfortable for you guys to hear. This is why men value women that are typically younger. The reason why is because as a woman is younger, Andrew Tate famously said she's been through less dick, even though I know that might be crude and fucked up to say. Yeah, right? But he does have a point here from a biological sense. The less partners she's had, the more likely she will be to bond with you.
Yeah,
To build a genuine attachment. And they found under 5 partners, like the marriage rates are way higher, chance, and divorce rates are way lower. Keep in mind, women initiate the breakups, not the men. So since the women initiate the breakups, that's where you have to look at the root cause of why is this happening. And that's a pretty good statistic to take, is like, as her partners go up, her ability to stay in a long-term relationship goes down with it.
Every past relationship becomes another point of comparison, and the list keeps growing. The market value assessed at 25 doesn't automatically carry into 35 with a decade of unresolved situationships added to the balance sheet. Emotional growth is the one factor that could offset that history, yet it's also the one most consistently missing from the equation.
Lately, we see a lot of women that are unfortunately frustrated with being single. They're complaining about being single. We see it on YouTube, Instagram, and a lot lately on TikTok. Why do you think that is?
I think, for one, a lot of women are reaching a point where they're realizing that they are not going to get the man that they once thought they would, right? There's a saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And I think the problem is a lot of women are going on Instagram. They're seeing, the grass is greener on the other side. They're seeing men with a lot of money. They're seeing the lifestyle. They're seeing the vacations, and they want that too. And the reality is that's not for everyone. And I think what has to happen is women need to just face reality and realize that that's not real life. A lot of women are not going to end up in that type of a situation. And they need to start looking at men for how they treat them and aim for a man that's more in your tax bracket. Stop looking at millionaires. Stop looking at 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes, in finance, and look for something more up your alley. And I think you will find that you will have a happier relationship that way.
The Instagram fantasy was built on borrowed leverage, and now the bill has come due. The yacht, the billionaire, and the curated dream were always content, not a realistic picture of what was actually available to most women following that strategy. The algorithm could deliver attention, but it couldn't deliver a husband. Loyalty is still available, but it requires offering something valuable in return. And that standard is proving harder to meet than the thirst trap filter ever was.
Okay, reason why women over 40 can't find a man, because they're stuck in their ways. Because some other man treat them bad and ruin their mind mentally. And mentally, she hasn't decluttered from what the other man did. And a lot of the women they're delusional. They have unrealistic expectation, thinking somebody's going to come and save them. And a lot of women, they can't change because mentally, they all of a sudden, they know they work, but they didn't know they worked 10 years ago. And a lot of them thinking that they could pull a man that they could pull when they were younger, and it's just not that case. Unrealistic. Some of them are very unrealistic and delusional. And a lot of these women that's delusional, they don't look good. They simply don't look good. They're unable to pull the men that they want to pull. A lot of them had let themselves go. Talking to some of those women in their 40s, talking to a doorknob. They don't do anything, okay? And they're very aggressive. A lot of them are very aggressive, okay? Ignorant. Can't change them. So, guys, let me just tell you, stay away from them. Stay awake. Hope I was able to answer your question, guys.
Living freely through your prime years with confidence that stability would always be available on demand is a gamble that kept paying off until it didn't. Reaching 40 with husband-hunting energy and Black Friday urgency is the market correcting for years of deferred priorities. The clock was always there, it just wasn't convenient to face. The men didn't disappear, they made different choices. Some built themselves up. Some found women who valued them early. Others simply decided peace was better than another bad deal. The opportunity existed, but opportunities don't remain open forever. By the time some women began searching for the good men they once overlooked, those men had already moved forward. Thanks for watching MTOW Voice. Show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Help us spread awareness for men around the world. We welcome healthy debate and discussion, so feel free to comment and share your thoughts.